Oh, I'm all tangled. There we go. I've made some spectacular tangles and gone down. All right, so the girls are moved. I just got to move all their infrastructure, and then I got to start working on the boys. All right, we are ready to move these guys. There's a bit of a gap. Wait. Good boy. Oops, we got a tangle. Wait. I get a little excited. There we go. That's good. And then we'll move this. There you go. Sheep. The dogs are running. Yeah, I think we'll go find some woodchuck holes. Good. There you go. Here comes big boy David Lamb Ram. Oh yeah. Here you go. Whoops. Of course, this is all tangled, but that's about it. All right, so the good news is the boy that got caught in the netting is up and he's grazing. So that's good. And big boy's keeping an eye on him. Good boy. That's a good boy. It's a good boy. It's a good boy. What a shit show it has been this afternoon, let me tell you. So everything was going fine. Dummy me, I threw a couple of rolls of netting over the fence before I moved the boys to the new area, but it was in a dip and I didn't see it and I forgot it. And one of my lambs, luckily not one of Corey's, one of my lambs got tangled up in it and almost choked to death. He was just so tangled up in it, and I just had to use my Swiss Army knife, which I always keep on me, and I had to cut him free. And it looks like he's gonna live. He's up, he's eating, and hopefully he hasn't been too traumatized by the whole thing. But of course the dogs, you know, they just want affection. They wanted me to pet them, but I'm like, I'm trying to save this lamb. So I had to be really stern with them, and I had to really just yell at them and push them back because they didn't get it. But just a little adrenaline pump at the end of the week. But he's gonna live, I hope, and he's up and eating, so making progress after being a dumbass. So that's another lesson, that I can't lose track of these nets, because the boy sheep were not in the area when I put the nets over the fence, and then somehow it was just in a little dip, and it's an area and I was like, I hadn't seen the sheep, like, where are they? And they were all hanging around that netting in the dip, and one of them was tangled and the others were getting sort of tangled in it with their feet, but they weren't like choking, you know. So I should have checked, because I think this little lamb was tangled yesterday, and he's just been tangled for 24 hours and or longer, 36 hours maybe. So I had to cut the fence that he was tangled in, but I think it was just one batch of netting, so I'm not out too many hundreds of dollars. And it's probably not repairable, because I had to cut a lot of it. I just cut. His neck was, he could barely breathe, and his feet were all tangled in it. He was just a mess. And it's, you know, it's almost time for the Sunday message. So for me, the lesson is that no matter what I do, I'm going to screw something up, right? And the challenge for me is I just beat myself up when I make mistakes. And a lot of us do that. A lot of us highly sensitives, or on the Asperger spectrum, or ADD, or whatever we are, you know, other people don't seem to be bothered by stuff. And maybe they are, but they hide it better. I don't know. But when we make mistakes, and we will make mistakes, and this is actually a deep, deep concept. If you think of your sins have been forgiven, right? What are sins but just mistakes, mistakes? And in music, you just do another take, right? If you make a mistake, you just go back to the beginning, you hit record again, and you do another take. And sheep will get into stuff like, and it's only from these hard lessons that we learned how not to be dumbasses, you know. And it just takes me longer than most people, I guess, to figure stuff out and to work through all my dumbass, my dumbassedness, my dumbassedness. So I just want to check on this guy again. And the thing is, like the netting, the things we tangle ourselves in, it's a perfect metaphor for the way a lot of us live our lives. And, you know, some of us are still struggling with things that happened in our childhood, or things we did or said or didn't say, or things we did or things we didn't do. And it's something that sometimes we need help getting untangled from, you know. And that's why we need community. That's why we need spirituality, and it's why we need mentors and coaches and family. We can't do this alone. We get too tangled up in our own netting. And problem is, Big Boy is kind of pestering this little guy. And you can see Big Boy is over here with the little one that was tangled. So at least he's up, he's eating, and learned my lesson today. So the lesson for this week, if this is the Sunday message, I don't know if it is or not, but if it is the Sunday message, the lesson for this week is, we're going to make mistakes. You're going to make mistakes. Learn the lesson, learn it deeply, learn it profoundly, learn it so you never make that mistake again. But also be gentle with yourself and let it go and move on. You know, in farming, there's livestock only until some of it dies. And that's the deal. Sheep die so easily. And I'll show you the netting that got tangled up. So there it is. It is just really tangled. Really, really tangled. And now it's all cut up as well. But I think it's just one batch of knitting. So that's good news. Very good news. All right. So there you have it. Jeez, it's a beautiful fall day. And yeah, well, finish your dinner. Don't get all upset at the sheep because they come down looking for your dinner. You just finish it. Eat it. These dogs are ridiculous. And of course, Corey and I are trying to extricate this sheep, and Spike just wanted to be petted, and he was being really obnoxious about it, which is, they need to learn how to sit and stay and just back off. All right, Spike ate all his dinner, so he's just being weird. Spike, come. Good boy. Here he comes. Come on, Spike. Hey, come on. Good boy, come. They come just fine inside their perimeter. All right, I gotta get going. Such a goofneck. So this little sheep right here yesterday got tangled up in some fencing that I had forgotten that I had put in this area temporarily, and I forgot it was there, and he almost died, but he's doing okay now. So that's good news. And Spike and Luna say hello. been raining all day, but they seem fine. It's fine. They get very clean in the rain. They have a little rain shelter. Yeah. Well, it is the middle of October. More like moving towards the end of October. And it's time for the Sunday message. My name is Mark Shepard, and this is Healing Pastures, and it is an adventure. Starting a farm from scratch, but also putting in a context of spirituality and also using my music, hopefully integrating all the things I do, all the things I love to do in one. All the things I do in one spot. What? What are you barking at? I don't know what they're barking at. So, the lesson yesterday was that, number one, I make mistakes, and I will make mistakes, but I do learn from them. And luckily, see, the thing is, sheep get it tangled up and stuff. They're so curious, and they need to chew on things, and it was my bad. Luckily, he didn't die. We have another sheep trying to say hello here. Hi. Hi. We got one over here. Hey. How you doing? Spike is such an attention hound that he doesn't normally let me say hello. You want to say hello to the people at home? Yeah, no, that's not to eat. That's not to eat. No. Oh, they're all coming over to say hello. How's everybody doing? Oh, you're going to chew on me? Don't chew on me. Yeah. Anyway, I really like these sheep, and I want to do a good job, and I want to keep them alive. But in farming, like, sometimes shit happens. Sometimes, like, three lessons. One, I have to put my eyeballs on every group of animals every day. Because I don't know how long this guy, he's right here, that guy right there. Hello. Are you okay? You're good. You look pretty good. I don't know how long he was tangled, but he was almost choked to death, and his front legs were all tangled, and it was really sad, and I felt really bad that I hadn't checked the day before. I was like, oh, I guess the sheep are over the hill. I didn't check them, and I should have checked them. Probably could have saved him a lot of trauma. What are you doing? What are you doing? Spike just goosed me. Anyway, so the lesson is we get tangled in stuff. All of us do. Sometimes we get tangled in life situations. Hey, they really like my raincoat. You like my raincoat? Yeah. Spike is just hanging out here with me. But we've had rain. Hello. We've had rain. Oops, Spike. I didn't touch Spike for a second. Oh boy. Hello. Yeah, gonna be friendly. Loon is off guarding. All right, so that was not a Sunday message. I don't think that's gonna work. But I tried. Hey, don't chew on me. They chew on everything. So sheep will chew on wires if they're not electrified. They will chew on rope. They will chew on plastic. They will chew on just about anything. Yeah. So the idea is sometimes we get tangled. And sometimes we can't untangle ourselves, and we need a coach, a therapist, a minister, a mentor, a partner, a dog, a sheep to help us get untangled. Hi there. Yes. There's a sheep's eye view. Hi there. So basically that's the Sunday message, people. Sometimes we get tangled and we need help getting untangled. And sometimes that help comes from other people. Sometimes it comes from spirit. Sometimes it doesn't come in time. And we don't always make it. But it was a hard lesson, but a good lesson, and looks like the sheep are gonna make it. Yes. Yes. Oh, did I touch somebody else other than you? Jeez. What an attention hound. All right, so I gotta go check the girl sheep next. And at least it's not raining at the moment. The weather's cooling down. The leaves are falling. And yeah. So that's it. I'm gonna play my song Here Comes the Fall, which I played last week at the Brick Chapel concert, and I kind of screwed it up. I forgot half the verses, so I kind of need to put the correct version up. And I think that's it for this week. I just, there's a lot going on in the world, and most of it is not within my control or your control. But what is within our control is to manage our minds and to work every day to untangle ourselves from our own internal wars, from our own relationship challenges, and to appreciate the fact that most of the world is at peace at the moment. But it feels like we're kind of on the edge of something big. But I have felt that way for a long time, and I'm an anxiety sufferer, so I need to manage my thoughts so that I don't freak out, and so that I can get done what needs to get done. It's time to feed you. Yes, it is. It's time to feed you. Yes. And I really enjoyed these dogs, and they mean a lot to me. And this is part of my healing, coming here in the afternoons and feeding my dogs and checking on the animals and making sure I haven't done something stupid. So this week, think about how you can untangle yourself from things that you've gotten tangled in. And if you can't do it yourself, find a mentor, find a coach, find a therapist, find a minister, find somebody who will listen to you and not try to fix you, but who can give you the energy, the support, the encouragement you need to work on untangling yourself from the things that drag you down. All right? So lift your spirits, people. Focus on hope, on love, on possibility, on freedom, and the fact that most of us are okay. And we're going to get through this. The world will continue to do what the world does. And in the meantime, we need to live our lives authentically, lovingly, spiritually grounded in the fact that something created all this, and it seems to really love us. That's just the gut feeling I get. So that's it. Sending out prayers to those who need it, allowing prayers to come in when you need it. Peace, love, grooviness. Amen. Here's a song. Leaves on the trees will be turning to colors, colors that fall from the trees to the ground. We will be picking them up before winter comes. We will have leaves for our growing collection. Ah, here comes the fall. 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 Clouds make the rain and some very big shadows. Sometimes they even make monsters that float through the sky. Soon it will snow from the insides of clouds, and the wind will come whistling quite softly and sometimes quite loud. Ah, here comes the fall. 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 Pumpkins are gorgeous and the gourds are outrageous. Stephanie's donuts will haunt you until you surrender. Apples and cheddar cheese, soon there will be a freeze. Like it or not, it's gonna be a summer ender. Ah, here comes the fall. 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 Leaves will be covering the ground just like highways. Highways of rhythm that lead to the lands of enchantment. We'll run and we'll jump and we'll play in the leaves while the mist on the river rolls up the valley like cotton. Ah, here comes the fall. 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 Followed by winter, followed by spring. Ah, here comes the fall. 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 There's an immature bald eagle that just flew by. I managed to catch it. Eagles will eat sheep, or lambs at least. So it's good to have the dogs. Because the dogs will bark at anything threatening in the sky. Anyway. Oh, I've cuddled the dogs, I've checked the sheep, I fed them, and hope you enjoyed the song Here Comes the Fall. And it's more like Here Comes the Winter, but the fall is here. We have lots of color, and I like fall. I like the change of seasons, but a lot of people don't. But I don't have a choice, so I might as well enjoy it, right? What are you doing? No, what are you chewing on the bucket for? Spike is chewing on the bucket. I thought that was Luna that did that. What are you doing? No. It's like everything is trying to kill itself. I don't know.